The Golden State Warriors were eliminated in the play-in tournament by the Phoenix Suns, and for that reason, I've decided that today we're going to rebuild the Warriors and hopefully win Steph Curry one final championship. And taking a look at our team's roster, there's definitely some massive trades we're going to have to make this offseason in order for us to be championship contenders. A big problem we currently face is Jimmy Butler, who's being paid $56 million, but sadly he's out for the next 6 to 8 months with a torn right ACL. And of course, that's a huge blow to our team since Jimmy Butler was a second option behind Steph Curry. Ever since he's went down with the injury, it's been loss after loss. And don't forget about Moses Moody, he's also out for the next 10 to 12 months with a torn right patellar tendon, and he was having a phenomenal season. Career high in points per game, career high 3-point percentage, but sadly he had to get injured as well. But something that is going to work out in our favor is ending up with the lottery pick in the 2026 NBA draft. We have the 11th best odds ending up with the first overall pick, and if I'm not mistaken, the Mavericks had the 11th best odds last year and they ended up with Cooper Flag at pick number 1. Of course, I don't think we're going to jump up all that way, but let's see if we could jump up even a little bit. It looks like we will be staying at pick number 11. The Clippers get the 3rd overall pick, but that will be going back to the Indiana Pacers since that is a top 4 protected pick. Before we go into the NBA draft, I would really appreciate it if y'all could drop a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new. My birthday is coming up at the end of this month and the goal is to hit 1,000 subscribers by then, so that would mean the world to me. And also, hype the video, it's absolutely free and helps the video a ton. And now it is time for the 2026 NBA draft. Let's see which player we will be drafting. The Dallas Mavericks, they have the 1st overall pick in back-to-back years, and this year they take Darren Peterson to pair up with Cooper Flag. That's going to be an unstoppable duo. The Brooklyn Nets have the 2nd overall pick, they take Cam Boozer, and that means AJ DeBonsa will be going to the Indiana Pacers. Now let's sim to our pick and see which player we could still select here. So it looks like this dude is here, LeBron Philin Jr. He's a C+ overall, but let me scout these players a little bit and see which player would make most sense. So right now I'm trying to decide between Keaton Wagler and Nate Ament. Keaton Wagler has a B+ 3-point shot, he's a good perimeter defender, and I believe we could develop him into a really good shooting guard. The problem with Nate Ament is he only has a C+ 3-point shooting, he's not really a good defender. The only thing he is good at is mid-range shooting. I would have taken Isaiah Evans in a heartbeat if he was a good 3-point shooter because he's a good perimeter defender, but his 3-point shot is not there. So I think we're going to go ahead and draft ourselves Keaton Wagler with the 11th overall pick. We do also have ourselves a late 2nd round pick, and I'm going to go ahead and draft this dude here, Magoon Gueth. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's 19 years old, 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan. Hopefully we could develop him into a good starting or backup center. Let's go ahead and draft him with the 54th overall pick. And we actually lucked out here with drafting Keaton Wagler. We drafted the highest overall player. He's a 75 overall. Everyone after him was lower overall than he was. And I think this is a pretty successful draft. We do get ourselves Keaton Wagler, and he actually has an A- 3-point shot with a B- perimeter defense. And we also get Magoon Gueth. He has himself a B- post defense, B- rebounding, but I do think we should be able to develop him into a pretty good backup center. So let's go ahead and sign both of these players. Brennan Pajemski, we are going to pick up the team option on, and Draymond Green accepts his $27 million player option. And honestly, we probably are going to be moving on from Draymond Green this offseason. Qualifying offers, I will go ahead and give Quinton Post a qualifying offer, and honestly, I think that's it. Is there anybody we need to re-sign? I do think we need to re-sign Kristaps Porzingis, so that's definitely something we will be doing. It looks like Kristaps Porzingis does want about $20 million, and currently he only has one offer from the New York Knicks, which is a $5 million contract. I am going to re-sign him, but I'm not sure if we're going to be holding on to him. We may be flipping him this offseason. If we could get ourselves a better starting center, I'm definitely going to be trading him away. But let's go ahead and offer him a 4-year deal where we pay him about $20 million annually. I'm also going to try and get ourselves a backup center, maybe somebody like Mitchell Robinson or Robert Williams III. And honestly, I would much rather have Mitchell Robinson, but he does want about $4.7 million. I'm not sure if we could afford that. I will try and offer him a 2-year deal, $4 million annually, and it looks like both players will be accepting. We do also have enough money to sign ourselves a player like Malik Beasley. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal, paying him minimum per year. And I would like to bring Gary Payton II back just simply for his vibes. Both players should accept that contract. We do get GP2 back, and we also signed Malik Beasley on a 2-year contract. We are going to attempt to pull off a massive trade that will instantly make our team a lot better. I'm going to try and bring in Zion Williamson to be our brand new starting power forward. This past season, he was averaging 21 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3 assists on 60% from the field. We're going to offer the Pelicans Draymond Green, Al Horford, Will Richard, and probably a boatload of first-round picks. 1 first-round pick, of course, does not get it done. And 2 first-round picks lands us Zion Williamson as the new star besides Stephen Curry. Let's go. Alright, so we have an insane trade offer here from the Washington Wizards. They want to send us Alex R and Jaden Hardy for Porzingis and Q Santos. Why will the Wizards make this trade? Maybe they believe that Porzingis could fit better beside AD and Trae Young, but we're not going to pass up on Alex R. He's 21 years old, he's only going to continue getting better each offseason, plus he's a better rebounder than Porzingis, so that should help out our team a ton as well. We will have to get rid of Q Santos, which does suck, but we get ourselves to Alex R, so let's go ahead and pull off this trade. We are now in need of a brand new starting small forward, and Jordan Walsh is actually a good 3-point shooter, plus he's a good defender as well. He is listed at power forward, but if we change his position to small forward, he should go up in overall and be in the starting lineup, at least until Jimmy Butler returns. So we're going to be sending the Boston Celtics Jaden Hardy and our rookie Magoon for Jordan Walsh and Amiri Williams. We are now ready for this season, and this here will be our brand new 9-man rotation. So currently in our starting lineup, we have ourselves Stephen Curry, Matisse Thybulle, Jordan Walsh, Zion Williamson, and Alex R. And then off the bench, we have Brendan Pajemski, Mitchell Robinson, Keaton Wagler, and Carlo Makovic. The starting lineup may change depending on how our team plays, but I do want Matisse Thybulle to stay in the starting shooting guard role for now to see how he plays. He's a really good defender, he's a good 3-point shooter, so hopefully he plays that role perfectly, whereas Pajemski is not really a good defender, so that's why I have him as our 6th man. Now we're going to have to wait until about January, February to get Jimmy Butler back, so hopefully we can stay relevant until then. Now let's go ahead and simulate the first few games of this season. The first game up against the Clippers, we end up losing 137 to 120. Curry had 21, Zion 17, and Alex R with 17 as well. Let's see if we could at least get 1 win in the first week of this season, and it looks like we're going to defeat the Washington Wizards 117 to 90, where Curry dropped 38 points, Zion with 26. And then we scored 148 points here against the Detroit Pistons, and Zion went off for 38 points, Curry with 36, and 18 from Pajemski. And currently we are rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency, perimeter centric under Steve Kerr. I'm now going to start simulating here until the trade deadline, but we'll probably will catch up with you guys once Jimmy Butler returns, and there we'll stop, assess, and see how the team is doing. Our team has made it to the NBA Cup Finals. Let's see if we can go on to defeat the Orlando Magic to win ourselves the NBA Cup. We will have home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead. It's still a pretty close battle, and it looks like we will be winning 129 to 111. Zion with a 32-point double-double, 19 from Sarr, and 18 from Curry. Steph Curry goes on to win NBA Cup MVP, averaging 23 points per game. And I did take a look at Jimmy Butler's return. It looks like he will be returning in about 2 to 4 weeks, which is perfect because we need him in this starting lineup ASAP. Jordan Walsh has been horrible. Bro is shooting 25% from the 3-point line and 33% from the field. I may switch him out for Gary Payton here any second, but as of right now, our team is still pretty good. We're the number 5 seed with 16 wins and 10 losses. And I have some very good news. It does look like Jimmy Butler has returned from his injury, so now he's going to be back in the starting lineup. I'm not sure why I did not get notified that he's back from his injury. I am using somebody's share scenario, so I'm not sure what the person has changed in the settings, but I did not get a notification that Jimmy Butler is back, so I had to check that myself. And thankfully he has returned. And this here will be the new starting lineup with Jimmy Butler's return. I also did put Pajemski in the starting shooting guard role, and that's because he's been playing amazing. 16 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 4 assists while shooting 45% from the 3-point line. I did also make Malik Beasley a part of this rotation. He's a player we signed in free agency. And so far we are the number 5 seed with 26 wins and 14 losses, so hopefully now we can continue winning a lot more games since Jimmy Butler is back. Steph Curry is willing to sign a contract extension with our team, so I'm going to go ahead and extend him. That way hopefully he does not try and retire this offseason. I'm going to go ahead and offer him a $40 million contract with a no trade clause, and he does go on to accept. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win an MVP, Cameron Boozer Rookie of the Year, Jenkins wins Sixth Man, Wemby Defensive Player, Shea Most Improved, Anthony Edwards winning Clutch Player, Jordan Ott Coach of the Year, and we go on to win Executive of the Year. Let's see if we get ourselves any All-NBA selections, and it looks like we do not get anybody on an All-Defensive team or on an All-NBA team. But we do get ourselves Keaton Wagler on an All-Rookie First team. That is what I'm talking about. We ended this season as the number 3 seed, winning a total of 58 games and losing 24. And before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats for the regular season. So our leading scorer was none other than Stephen Curry, averaging 24 points per game with 6 assists. We had Zion averaging 23, 7, and 4, 16 from Jimmy, 14 from Alex R. He was averaging 2 blocks per game with 1 steal, which is why I'm kind of surprised he did not make it on an all-defensive team. 14 from Podziemski, 11 from Beasley, who has been playing amazing, and our rookie, Wagler, was averaging 9.5 points per game, 36% from the 3-point line. And now in the first round of the playoffs, we are taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. In their starting lineup, they have themselves Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Wallace, 2 Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. I completely forgot they have 2 players with the same name, Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams. And off the bench, they have Jared McCain, AJ Mitchell, and Isaiah Joe. A pretty stacked team still. I'm not sure how they ended up as the number 6 seed, but they're a really good team. Game number 1 does end up going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They defeat us here by 3 points. Why did it have to be the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round? I would have much rather taken on a team like the Timberwolves. Actually, I don't know about that. They're a pretty good team as well. But I would much rather have taken on the Houston Rockets than the Oklahoma City Thunder. Can we at least win game 2 here? And it looks like we also going to lose game 2. What I am going to do is come up with a defensive coach game plan. We did only lose by 1 point. The first 2 games have been very close. Let's see if a defensive coach game plan will help us win the next few games. Okay, so something insane just happened. I just realized now that Moses Moody has been back from his injury for quite some time now, but again, the person share scenario that I am using for some reason had turned that setting off where I do not get notified once a player returns from his injury. And I do think we're going to try running Moses Moody at that starting shooting guard role. He's a better defender than Podziemski, so we're going to have Podziemski be the 6th man and Moody back into the starting lineup. Okay, so I have come up with a defensive coach game plan for game 3. Let's start jumping to Simcast here and see if we could come back. The Oklahoma City Thunder do have a home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead, and it looks like we will be winning 140 to 124. Curry dropping 33, 25 from Podziemski, 24, and 10 from Williamson. And it looks like Moody in his return dropping 17 points, hitting 3 out of his 6 3-pointers attempted. Now hopefully we're also able to win the next game to tie up the series. They are still up 2-1 and they do have home court advantage. We do not have the lead, and sadly we do go on to lose by 7 points. We almost came back in the second half, but sadly they scored 42 points in the 4th quarter. Jimmy Butler with 27 and 11, 24 from Podziemski and 21 from Zion. We are down 3-1. It's definitely possible for us to still come back, but it will be difficult. We do have home court advantage here for game 5, and we do have the lead so far, but they are pushing back and they take the lead right back from us. We take it from them, and it looks like we will be winning 120 to 108. Jimmy Butler with 24, 22 from Beasley in 20 minutes, and a 19-point triple-double from Zion Williamson. Let's see if we could tie up the series. Hopefully we win this and push it to a game 7. The Oklahoma City Thunder do have home court advantage, but we do have the lead so far. They take it from us. Back and forth battle. We are up by 4 points. Let's see what happens here. Can we continue to run away with it? We're up by about 10 points. 2 minutes remaining. It looks like we will be winning 142 to 128. Let's go. Zion dropping 33 points, 24 from Butler, and 22 from Curry. Now it's going to be time for game 7, win or go home situation. If we win this game, that means we just came back from a 3-1 deficit. That would be pretty insane. We do have home court advantage on our side, which is a huge bonus and should favor our team more than it favors theirs. Let's see what happens here. So far, the Thunder do have home court advantage. We do have the lead. Sorry, I meant to say they do have the lead. They are still up. We take the lead from them. Tie game. Can we come back? And we do have the lead. We're up by 4, 120 remaining. Let's slow this down a little bit and see what happens. We are up by 2, and it looks like we going to win by 2 points. Okay, so they almost came back, but thankfully we were able to keep the lead. Curry with 30, 24 from Zion, and 16 from Alex Sarr. And if I'm being honest, I did not think we were going to be coming back from that 3-1 deficit, and oh my god, in the second round, now we're taking on the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year, Victor Wembanyama, of course. As if things weren't already difficult enough against the Thunder, now we have to defeat the San Antonio Spurs, and they have De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Vassell Harris, and Victor Wembanyama, as well as Dylan Harper coming off of their bench. They were the number 2 seed. The San Antonio Spurs are always the most difficult team to defeat here in 2K Simulation, so let's see how things go. Game number 1, we do end up winning, okay, 127-98. Curry with 31 and 12, 20 from Butler, and 19 from Zion. Game number 2 also goes to us. Whoa, we just won here 121-112. Jimmy Butler with 27, 25, and 11 from Zion, 20 and 13 from Curry. Can we also win game 3? And yes, we can. Okay, I was not expecting for us to be up 3-0, but here we are. Zion with 26, 26 from Sarr, and 22 from Curry. All we gotta do now is win one more game, and then we're going to the Western Conference Finals. Let's jump into Simcast here. We do have home court advantage for game 4. So far, the Spurs do have the lead. Can we come back? Let's see. And it looks like we will be losing this game by 1 single point. Zion 28, 20 from Sarr, and 18 and 11 from Curry. Let's see if we could defeat them here in game 5. The Spurs do have home court advantage. We do have the lead. Never mind, they take it from us. And it looks like we will be losing once again by this time by 6 points. Curry 29, 20 from Zion. And please don't tell me they're going to be pushing into a game 7. We do have home court advantage. The Spurs do have the lead. Can we come back? Let's see. And it looks like, whoa, we just came back here and we go on to win by how many points was that? 157-141. Let's go. Jimmy Butler with 49 and 10, 29 from Curry, 25 from Alex Sarr. And we scored 52 points there in the 4th quarter. That is insane. Now it looks like in the Western Conference Finals, we are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves. This has definitely been the most difficult playoff run. First the Oklahoma City Thunder, then the San Antonio Spurs, and now the Minnesota Timberwolves. And they have themselves CJ McCollum, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert, as well as Ayo Dosunmu coming off the bench, Naz Reid, and Dante DiVincenzo. Let's see how things go. Game number 1 does go to the Timberwolves. They win here 107-100. It looks like they also going to win game number 2, and now it's time to come up with a defensive coach game plan. We are down 2-0. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we can come back from this 2-0 deficit. The Timberwolves will have home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead. Can we keep it is a question, and yes we can. We go on to win 133-111. Zion with 34 and 10, 30 from Sarr, and 25 from Jimmy Buckets. We do have to win one more game to top the series. The Timberwolves do once again have home court advantage. And so far we do have the lead. Tie game, 2:30 remaining, and we go on to win 115-110. Let's go. Zion 28 and 13, 27 from Curry, and 16 from Sarr. The series is tied at 2-2 apiece, and it looks like in the Eastern Conference Finals we have the New York Knicks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Knicks are up 3-1. Let's jump into Simcast and see if we could win this. We do have home court advantage on our side, and we start off the first half pretty strong, and it looks like we going to win by 4 points. They almost came back in the second half, but thankfully we were able to keep the lead. 31 from Curry, 28 from Podziemski, and 21 from Zion. The Knicks have already made the NBA Finals, so hopefully we're also able to go there and take them on for the title. The Timberwolves will have home court advantage, and so far we do have the lead, and it looks like we're up by quite a bit, and we will be winning 133-102. Let's go. Curry dropping 41 points, 29 from Zion, and 18 from Butler. It looks like Zion Williamson will go on to win Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 25, 9, and 5. We have Karl Anthony Towns winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP for the New York Knicks. And that means we are taking on the New York Knicks here in the NBA Finals, and they have themselves Jalen Brunson, Miles Bridges, Miles McBride, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Karl Anthony Towns. They do have Mikal Bridges still, but he's just coming off the bench unit. They also brought in Dalton Connect. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. Curry with 22, 16, and 13 from Zion. Can we also go on to win game number 2? And yes, we can. I did forget to mention we are rolling with an 8-man rotation now over the 9-man rotation. Curry with 25, 21 from Butler, and 21 from Beasley. And okay, so we go up 3-0. That is something I did not expect. We're up 3-0 here against the New York Knicks. Curry dropping 39 points, Butler with 29, 13, and 9. 18 from Zion. All we gotta do now is win one more game and then we'll have won ourselves a championship. We will have home court advantage for game 4. Let's see what happens. We start off pretty strong, still a close battle, and it looks like we're going to be sweeping the New York Knicks here 132-102, defeating them by 30 points. Curry with 35, 31, and 15 from Zion, and 24 from Butler. And just like that, we go on to win the Golden State Warriors a championship with Zion Williamson winning Finals MVP. And honestly, that should have gone to Curry. He was averaging 30 points per game. You know what? We're going to go ahead and overturn this and replace it with Stephen Curry winning Finals MVP, averaging 30 points per game. I usually never do that for a video, but I mean, Steph Curry definitely deserved Finals MVP. For some reason, 2K always does my boy dirty, so that's why we changed that to Curry. Let's take a look at the player stats before we run it back one more season. We did play a total of 23 games, and in those 23 games, the leading scorer was none other than Steph, averaging 26 points per game with 7 assists. 24 from Zion, 20 from Butler, 16 from Sar, and 12 from Brennan Pajemski. In the NBA Finals, where we played a total of 4 games, the leading scorer here was Curry, averaging 30 points per game. 22 and 10 from Jimmy, 20 and 10 from Zion, 14 from Sar, and 11 from Malik Beasley. And Malik Beasley has been huge for our team in the playoffs and in the regular season. He was averaging 10 points, 10.5 points per game on 50-40 shooting splits in only 20 minutes per game. So I'm really glad we did sign him when we did. And there goes GP2, and Jimmy Butler will be retiring, riding out into the sunset after winning his first ever title with the Golden State Warriors. LeBron retires, and so does Russell Westbrook. We will have ourselves the 27th overall pick in the 2027 NBA draft. We're probably just going to draft the highest overall player. He's most likely not going to be a part of this rotation, so I'm going to go ahead and take Taj Ariza. We could possibly flip him this offseason or keep him on the team depending on how things go. For team player options, we are going to pick up the team option on Alex Sar, of course, and now let's go to qualifying offers. It looks like we do need to re-sign Brennan Pajemski and Karlo Makovic. I don't know if there's anybody else we're going to have to re-sign, and it looks like it's just Brennan Pajemski. Do we have any money here in free agency? We do have about $20 million we could spend. Since we lost Jimmy Butler to retirement, we're going to need ourselves a brand new starting small forward. As much as I like Michael Porter Jr.'s offensive game, he's not going to be able to pick up the defensive side of what Jimmy Butler did. So I'm going to look around the league to see what we could bring back in return with the money we have. We do have about $28 million we could spend here. We do have enough money to sign ourselves a player like Amen Thompson. He is listed at shooting guard, but if we change his position to small forward, he will go up in overall a ton. And this past season, he was averaging 20 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists, plus he's a really good defender just like Jimmy. He can basically do everything Jimmy Butler did, so let's go ahead and try and bring him on our team. I'm going to offer him a 4-year contract, paying him about $27.5 million annually. It looks like he will be accepting, but if we do this, we're not able to bring back Brennan Pajemski. I'm going to see if there's a way we can maybe waive or trade some players here, free up some salary to bring back our boy Brennan Pajemski as well. We are going to start off by clearing the $3.5 million Taj Ariza, the rookie, brings in. We're going to send him in a 2nd round pick to the Utah Jazz for a future 1st rounder. Will that get it done? And it looks like we still have to free up some more salary cap. We are in a bit of a tough situation here. We're either going to have to choose Moses Moody or Brennan Pajemski, and honestly I think we're going to choose Pajemski. In 2K Simulation, he plays phenomenal, so I'm going to pull off this trade here with the Miami Heat that will save us about $6 million, and we also get ourselves Kel'el Ware, a floor spacing big man that could be the backup center to Alex Sar. And now what we're going to do, does that clear it up? No, it doesn't. So now we're also going to have to trade away Mitchell Robinson for a 2nd round or 1st round pick. I just traded away Mitchell Robinson to the Chicago Bulls for their 2031 1st round pick. Does that clear up enough space? And yes, so now we could bring back Brennan Pajemski, which is exactly what we wanted. He does not. Okay, he does currently have 3 offers from 3 separate teams, 4 years, $79 million from the Rockets, and we're gonna have to match that. I truly hope we have enough money for Amin Thompson and Podziemski. If we're not able to sign ourselves Amin Thompson, that is going to be horrible, and honestly, I don't even know if I want to take that risk or not. What I believe will happen if we try to sign both Amin Thompson and Brennan Podziemski is that it's only going to allow us to sign Brennan Podziemski, and we're going to have to let Amin Thompson walk. So what I'm going to do right now is let Brennan Podziemski go. As much as I want to bring him back, I don't want to risk losing Amin Thompson, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly what would happen if we try to sign both players. Okay, so this is insane. We got ourselves Amin Thompson, but it says Brennan Podziemski is still a free agent. I'm not sure why it said he was about to sign a contract with a different team. He's still a restricted free agent. We have bird rights, so now we could finally bring him back on our team. And he is willing to accept an offer from the Clippers, but of course, we're going to match and bring back Brennan Podziemski. We do end up signing ourselves Draymond Green, bringing him back just for fun. He could retire with our team, maybe even win another championship with our team. I'm not sure if he's going to be a part of the rotation, but I did want to bring him back to have him on this team before he retires. And then we will be signing some players on some minimum contracts. Like Cam Johnson only wants a minimum, and this past season he was shooting 44% from the 3-point line, so I'm going to go ahead and offer him a contract. Let's see if we could also bring back Dante DiVincenzo, maybe have him be the backup point guard. Or, never mind, we're going to leave him out and try bringing in somebody like Fred VanVleet, who has that veteran experience, championship experience, could mentor the younger players. Here we are at the start of this season with a new and upgraded 9-man rotation. So in our starting lineup, we have ourselves Steph Curry, Brennan Podziemski, Amin Thompson, Zion Williamson, and Alex Sarr. And then off the bench, we have Wagler, Ware, Cam Johnson, and Draymond Green. Our team last year was able to win a championship, and this season we got even better, so imagine how dominant our team will be. We almost have 4 players with a 90 overall or higher in the starting lineup. Let's go ahead and simulate the first week of this season to see how things go. It looks like we do end up winning the first 2 games. We scored 120 here against the Phoenix Suns, where Curry had 36, 26 from Zion, and 22 from Wagler. We did also end up scoring 131 against the Timberwolves, and in this game Curry had 34, 31 from Thompson, and 19 from Alex Sarr. Let's take a look at the system proficiency. We are rolling with a 4-star overall system proficiency, perimeter centric under Steve Kerr. Will it be higher if we change it to balanced? And no, it's still 4 stars, so we're just going to leave it at perimeter centric. And now I'm going to start simulating here until the end of this season, but if there's any trades to be made, I will stop at the trade deadline to show you all. At the end of this season, Victor Wembanyama goes on to win a back-to-back MVP, Tyron Stokes Rookie of the Year, Josh Giddey 6-man, Wemby Defensive Player, Darius Akup wins Most Improved, Jason Tatum Clutch Player, our head coach, Steve Kerr goes on to win Coach of the Year, and we also win Executive. Let's see if we get ourselves any All-NBA selection. Somehow we don't land Zion or Curry. Zion was in the word races to winning MVP, so that's a surprise he did not make it on an All-NBA team. Do we get anyone here? We do get Alex Sarr on an all-defensive second team, which is amazing, but we ended this season as the number 1 seed, winning a total of 70 games and losing only 12. Our team was absolutely unstoppable. And now, before we start simulating the playoffs, let's take a look at the player stats. So our leading scorer was Curry, averaging 26 points per game, 6 assists on 50, 40, 90 shooting splits. 23 and 7 from Zion, 19 from Thompson, 16 from Sarr, and 15 from Brennan Podziemski. What's so insane is in our starting lineup we have 2 players shooting 60% or higher, Zion and Amin Thompson. And now in the first round of the playoffs, we are taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, and they have themselves Ja Morant, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Tyron Stokes, and Zach Edey. Now hopefully we are able to win that back-to-back championship. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1, we do end up winning. Curry with 24, Zion with 24, and Thompson with 22, 9, and 9. We do also go on to win game 2, Zion leading the way here with 32 and 11, 24 from Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson has been huge for us in the regular season. Bro was shooting 50% from the 3-point line. That is insane. 50, 50, 83 shooting splits. So I am really glad we signed Cam Johnson. We got him on the minimum as well. Game number 3 does also end up going to us, and we go on to sweep the Memphis Grizzlies. So far, Curry is averaging 21 points per game, 16 from Pods, 26 from Amin Thompson, and 28 from Zion Williamson. In the second round of the playoffs, we are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they have themselves Scottie Pippen Jr., Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid, and this is their bench unit. Basically the same team as last year. Let's see how things go. Game number 1 will go to us. Curry dropping 36 points, 26 from Zion and 13 from Thompson. Game number 2 will also go to us. Zion 26, 23 and 10 from Thompson, 22 from Curry. We are now up 2-0. Let's see if we can make that 3-0, and we do. We also win game 3 here, 129 to 108. Zion with 30 and 10, Curry with 29 and 23 from Thompson. Are we going to sweep the Timberwolves? And yes, we do. Zion Williamson leading the way here with 28 points, 22 from Thompson, 13 from Curry. And now, once again, we are back in the Western Conference Finals, and it looks like we're going to have to take on the Spurs just like we did last year. The Spurs have themselves Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Vassell, Josh Hart, and Victor Wembanyama, and they have an 88 overall De'Aaron Fox as their 6th man. They also picked up Andrew Wiggins. Okay, so let's see how things go here. Game number 1 does end up going to the Spurs. They defeat us here 133 to 121. Game number 2 does also goes to the Spurs. Okay, so now they win 129 to 125. I'm definitely going to come up with a defensive coach game plan before we advance to game 3. We have now come up with a defensive coach game plan. In the Eastern Conference, we have the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Detroit Pistons, and the Pistons are up 2-0. Start jumping into Simcast here and see if we can come back from this 2-0 deficit. And so far we do have the lead, and it looks like we will be winning this game 140 to 119. Zion dropping 37, 20 and 11 from Thompson, and 18 from Curry. Curry has kind of been struggling here in the playoffs compared to the regular season. We do have to still win one more game to tie up the series. Let's see if we could do so. The Spurs once again do have home court advantage. And so far we do have the lead, and it looks like we are winning once again. The defensive coach game plan really has been helping so far. 29 from Thompson, 24 from Curry, and 18 from Zion. Let's see if we could go up 3-2. We will have home court advantage. And we start off the first half really strong, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We go up 3-2, winning this game 130 to 90. 26 from Sarr, 20 and 11 from Zion, 19 and 11 from Thompson. Now Alex Sarr has been doing amazing defense on Wemby, holding him to only 6 of 14 shooting. Let's see if we could also go on to win the next game to close out this series. We do start off the first half pretty strong, and it looks like we are going to be defeating the San Antonio Spurs. Curry with 23, 14 from Thompson, and 14 from Zion. And just like that, we have made it to the NBA Finals. Looks like we have a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference. It looks like, which team won? Okay, so that was the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham winning Eastern Conference Finals MVP for the Pistons. And we have Amen Thompson winning Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 29 and 5. And now in the NBA Finals, we are taking on the Pistons, who have themselves Cade Cunningham, Anthony Simons, Ausar Thompson, Ron Holland, and Jalen Duren. It's a battle of the Thompson twins, Amen Thompson taking on Ausar Thompson. They do also have Jordan Walsh as their 6th man. Let's see how things go here. Game number 1 will go to us. Curry leading the way here with 27, 24 from Sarr, and 20 from Thompson. And we also win game 2, and yes, we can. Let's go. Curry dropping 30, 29 from Zion, 24, 9, and 8 from Thompson. Are we going to go up 3-0? No, we do not. They do end up defeating us here in game 3 by 3 points. Curry had 34, 25, and 10 from Zion. I have come up with a little defensive coach game plan. Will that help us win this next game? And yes, it will. We go up 3-1, winning this game 124 to 117. Zion led the way here with 29 points, Curry 16, and 19 from Sarr. And now let's see if we could gentlemen sweep the Pistons. We do have home court advantage on our side. And so far the Pistons do have the lead, and it looks like they will be winning this game 118 to 111. 27 from both Curry and Zion. The series is at 3-2. The Pistons have home court advantage, and it's a back and forth battle. They do have the lead as of right now, and it looks like they're pushing it to a game 7. They win here 131 to 111, 27 from Curry and 20 from Zion. We are now in a winner go home situation. Time for game 7. The Pistons already took the Hawks to game 7, defeated the first seeded Eastern Conference team, but hopefully they're not able to defeat us here. Let's jump into Simcast, and thankfully we do have home court advantage on our side. So far, we do have the lead, not by much. Never mind, we are up by nearly 40 points, and we go on to win 164 to 135, defeating them by 29 points, where Zion had 41, 24 from Thompson, 24 from Butler, and 23 from Curry. And just like that, we go on to win the Golden State Warriors a back-to-back championship, and this year, Zion Williamson wins Finals MVP, averaging 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists on 68% from the field. Before I end out this video, let's go ahead and take a look at the player stats for the playoffs. So we played a total of 21 games, and in those 21 games, the leading scorer was Zion, averaging 26 and 7. 24 from Curry and 20 from Thompson. We had a few more players here in double-digit scoring as well. In the NBA Finals, we played a total of 7 games, and the leading scorer was Curry, averaging 26.3 points. The same for Zion, 17 from Amen Thompson and 14 from Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr's rim protection was huge as well, averaging 3.4 blocks per game here in the NBA Finals. We were also able to win Stephen Curry ring number 6, which is a perfect way to end out this video. So that's going to be it for today. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K26 videos, and click here on the screen to watch my latest upload. Until next time, it's your boy Dragon, and I'm out. Peace.